Batman. I got this really weird email from someone saying, hey, come to our murder party. I think it's some kind of like cheesy Halloween costume party. I don't think I'm gonna go. I just feel like watching some horror movies, eating some chips, just hanging out. So what do you... Batman. What are you doing? That's my spot and you know it. Batman. Please move. Batman. Please move. Batman, if you don't move, where am I gonna sit? That's it. Batman, I swear to God. Batman, get up. Batman. Get out of my spot. Batman, I swear to God. Get out of my spot. Fine, you win. You win. I'm just gonna go to that Halloween party. Fine. See you later, Batman. Hope I don't get murdered.
Hey, was this a reference to something?
It'll make sense in a little bit. Just wait for the review.
Also, is this creepy ghost chick ever gonna pay off?
No, probably not.
Slacktoberfest! Murder Party
Was directed by Jeremy Saulnier, and it stars... people. I picked this film for a Slacktoberfest review because it's perfect for like a Halloween night movie watching party with a bunch of friends. It feels like a Disney Channel original Halloween movie, but pumped up on crank. It's really funny because it has the vibe, like, the feel, like the tone of Halloween Town meets Saw, but in a good way. The plot is a beautifully simple, yet very intriguing story. A timid man who lives home alone with the seat-hogging cat Sir Lancelot comes across a mysterious invitation on his way home. With nothing to do on Halloween night, loneliness kicks in when his seat is taken by his cat. Hence the little bit that I did at the beginning. Did you see the little bit? See, everything's connected. Everything gets pieced together. I know what I'm doing. Everything makes sense, okay? It makes sense. You liked it. You liked it a lot. Click the like button, please. After his seat is taken by his cat, our protagonist decides to craft a cardboard costume, bake some pumpkin bread, and attend this invitation-only murder party. Upon arrival, it doesn't take long to realize it is a literal murder party, centered around murdering whoever accepts the invitation. The rest of the film is the protagonist using his captor's stupidity to try to escape and survive the night. Entering this film, I didn't really know much. I only knew of this writer-director's resume, which includes Blue Ruin and Green Room, two movies of which I love, like, very, very much. Both being slow burn, suspenseful, independent thrillers with small bouts of extreme gore sprinkled throughout. Murder Party, being Jeremy Saulnier's very first feature-length film, I thought it would be similar. I was wrong. It's a very dark comedy, sprinkled with hilarious moments, and also small bouts of extreme gore. Though the plot is extremely dark, it's presented in a very fun and silly way. The captors are these dumb, full of themselves, college, self-titled artistes who throw this party to turn murder into art. Again, these are dumb, young, drug-addled artists. So it goes about as well as expected. It has a really fun attack on douchey hipster culture vibe to it, and I really respected that. I absolutely loved the vibe of this movie. I loved the feel of it, because it just feels like an independent filmmaker is just doing this thing based on his passion. You can feel that this is an ambitious filmmaker's first venture into filmmaking. I love the fact that this movie feels like something that I could film.
A kid sitting in front of a bunch of movies?
There are a ton of wild shots, and just a lot of, like, really long tracking shots just for the hell of it. You can feel that this is just the filmmakers having fun and just trying things out and experimenting with what they can do. It's just a bunch of people sitting in a room shooting something they want to shoot. And that's not something you'd get from like a big budget studio produced movie. As an aspiring filmmaker myself, it's very inspiring to see a movie like this. Jeremy Saulnier and a bunch of friends in high school started this quote-unquote production company, and it was called Lab of Madness, and they just did these like stupid little short films. And then years later, they scrounged up some money, used some life savings, borrowed some money from friends and family, got together and just made this thing. Just think, I could be Slacker Productions someday.
You can't make a movie about reviewing movies.
Watch me! Though the budget was barely there, the team put together some gruesome, amazing practical effects. Entirely prosthetic. The gore and violence in this movie was done better than some big budget movies. There's one spoiler-ish effect that I won't ruin for you, but when I saw it, I was completely dumbfounded that such a small team was able to pull off something this amazing. Like, it looked really, really good. It really showed what just a pure passion for making something look good can do. Even the music had its own kind of charm to it. It was super cheesy and dumb, but it kind of worked. Remember how I said it's like a jacked up Disney Channel movie? It's mainly because the music. Like, the music is very just like Halloween Town-esque. It's very silly, it's very fun. And I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it definitely adds to the charm of the movie. It's a fun Halloween movie that just happens to be extremely gory. The only real downside to this film is just some of the performances. They're not the best. It's very apparent that for some of them, this is their very first feature-length movie. And it shows. The acting can get real cheesy sometimes, but that also kind of adds to the charm a little bit. Especially the villain. The villain was a little off-putting acting-wise, and I remember watching it and thinking, this villain's kind of really bad. But then I realized, this villain's kind of supposed to be really bad. Like, it makes sense plot-wise that his acting is the way it is. The main guy was pretty good too. Like, he was just this sweet, innocent man, and even though he didn't really speak much, you felt for him. The one standout, though, is Macon Blair, who's been in all of Jeremy Saulnier's other movies. He plays the lead in Blue Ruin, which is probably my favorite from Jeremy Saulnier, and if you haven't seen that, check that out, because that is a great movie. But Macon Blair in that film, every performance that he has, he just adds something a little awesome to it. Definitely look out for Macon Blair. I think he's going places. Overall, this film isn't a masterpiece, by any means. It gets a little cheesy at times, but it's charming. It's fun. It's a lot of fun with a lot of blood with a Halloween theme. It's perfect for a Halloween party. Like, if you're just throwing a party, everyone's dressed up, you're eating pizza, and you just want a movie to watch together. This is very good for that. And it's nice to support independent films, you know, because this was made with little to no money. And the work that was put into this was crazy. It really shows. There's some practical effects that I'm like, that's amazing. Like, Greg Nicotero Walking Dead level amazing. So if you can get past the cheese and you just want something fun to watch this Halloween, check out Murder Party. I'm going to give Murder Party an 8.3 out of 10. So thank you again for watching. You guys are awesome. If you've made it this far into the video, I love you. I want to give you a hug. You know what? Come here. Come here. Happy Halloween. Get over here. Get over here. Check out our other videos. Subscribe. Tell others. Yeah. Have a safe, happy Halloween. Thanks for supporting us. It means a lot. As always, watch movies, my friend.